everyone, welcome back to Assetto Corsa Competizione, where I'm returning to the Coach Dave GT3 Sprint, hot on the heels of my best ever finish with Low Fuel Motorsport. Qualifying has gone really well for this one. I'm car 22 in a higher split, but my time of 2:02.5 has put me P12 on a stacked grid of 30. I'm less than 1 second off pole position pace here. Over a long lap like Suzuka, that's not bad at all. At Brands Hatch last time out, I got onto the podium for the first time. Can I repeat those heroics at a dark and gloomy Suzuka this evening? Well, track conditions are really tough. It's dry, but there's precious little grip out there. Hold on to your hats for this one.
Green light.
And the lights are green. We're underway for 25 minutes of Suzuka, starting P12 out of 30, but it's so incredibly tight in the mid-pack, 10th to 20th, separated by just half a second. We're stuck to the outside line here, and that's because the Ferrari of Thiago Morais was up the inside. He's taken the position. We might lose another one because Tyler Norton is attacking. However, we're going to hold firm into the S's as the pack bunches together really quickly, and it's because there was a car facing the wrong way. That was Manuel Bella in the Lamborghini who came to grief right in the middle of the S's there. Thankfully, we all get through okay. And I'm taking it really cautiously through this section. I said before the start of the race how slippery it was, and there is a prime example. We get a big slide on coming through that left-hander. I've set up my tyres as best I can for these challenging track conditions, but boy, there is so little grip out here. It is really tricky. However, we've all got through Degner for the first time. I'm amazed about that. Normally there's at least one casualty there. Approaching another heavy braking point now into the hairpin. Can we get it stopped and turned? Yes, we can. So we're in 12th. We've held on to our starting position over this first half a lap, but look how nippy the Ferraris are coming out of the hairpin. All three of them opening up a half-second advantage in the space of about 100 metres there. Meanwhile, we've got Karl-Heinz Brosel in the Porsche and John Porman in the Mercedes breathing down our necks as we come through Spoons for the first time. Morais a little bit wide there. We take a tighter line. In fact, it's too tight. We clip the curb on the inside. That is going to cost us some momentum down this back straight, and it's going to invite Brosel to attack. Now, I don't want to be bullied to the outside line through 130R if we're going too wide, so I'm going to hug the inside line here. Go defensive. Brosel goes around the outside. He's never going to keep it on track. He's gone wide. Oh, wait a minute, he's going to keep it pinned through that runoff area, and he's going to make the pass anyway. So Brosel up to 12th, we're down to 13th, and it's times like this I wish there were slowdown penalties in ACC, because that would have certainly earned one in another sim. Let's go back and check out a replay to see what happened at the start though. And keep your eye on that black Lamborghini of Manuel Bella. He started 5th on the grid. Oh, he's going to get spun around by the red McLaren of Dionysius Theodoridis there. And what a hammer blow that is. He's gone from 5th to last in the space of a few seconds. Let's watch it again on the chopper cam. You can see the red McLaren just going for that gap up the inside. There's not quite room to go too wide, and unfortunately for Bella, he's the one who pays the price. Then towards the end of the lap, we're defending into 130R from Karl-Heinz Brosel. Brosel goes around the outside, and at this point I thought I'd got the job done because he's carrying too much speed to make the corner, but he keeps it pinned across the runoff area, rejoins in front of me. So a bit of a cheeky overtake that from Karl-Heinz Brosel. What can we do about it? Can we snatch the position back? We're just starting lap 2. We're right behind that red Porsche. Oh, but we're running in a bit too hot into T1. Still, the tyres aren't quite up to temperature yet. Oh, we've lost Morais right in front of us. We were completely unsighted there. I went one way, Brosel went the other way. Somehow we both got around him, and it doesn't look like the pack behind was so lucky. There was absolute mayhem in the rearview mirror. Let's check out the replay. Morais is chasing Dan Nilsson. He has a look up the inside. Oh, he gets his nose chopped off, and look how quickly we react behind. The rest of the pack have no chance. They plough into him. There is complete mayhem behind us in turn 1. And watching this pile-up shows how lucky both me and Karl-Heinz Brosel were. Let's watch it again from the chopper cam. There's the look up the inside from Morais. It doesn't work. He spins around. I go right. Brosel goes left. We both get by. But after that, it is complete carnage. Morais gets hit multiple times as cars plough into him. What a complete disaster on lap 2. once again. Look how sluggish we are exiting that hairpin. Brosel in the Porsche has cleared off. He's opened up a 0.8 of a second advantage just like that. I don't know if it's my BMW, whether it's the line I'm taking, but we are struggling big time through that section. Now we've got it all to do because we're in danger of losing touch with the drivers in 10th and 11th. It's Dan Nilsson in 10th at the moment. He's 1.7 seconds clear now, and then Brosel in 11th, 0.7 of a second clear. On the plus side, we've got a bit of a gap that's opened up behind us. John Poorman in 13th, he's 1.7 seconds back, and then there's an even bigger gap back to Hendrik de Winter in 14th. He is 2.5 seconds further back. So let's see what we can do about reeling in Karl-Heinz Brosel then, and this might be our opportunity because he's running way too hot into the chicane. We're swarming all over the rear spoiler now. He completely missed the apex entering that chicane. He was out onto the grass. He managed to pull the Porsche back onto the tarmac and hold onto the position, but that advantage he built up has been wiped out. We are now right on his tail as we start lap 3 into turn 1. We hold it much tighter than we did a lap ago. The tyres almost up to pressure now, so there's a little bit more grip, certainly not much. It's still feeling very, very slippery, particularly through these S's. And it feels like I'm a little bit quicker than that Porsche in front through this section, but the trouble is, if I can't get past Brosel, by the time we get to the hairpin, he is likely to make a break for it again because I'm so sluggish out of that sharp left-hander at the back part of the circuit. Right, on the gas then as we approach Degner for the 3rd time. The yellow flags are out, so what has happened further ahead? Have we lost someone? Yes, we have. There's a car out to the left, rejoining. Thankfully, he doesn't come back on the track. He lets us all go by, so we're now up to 11th, and we get a much better run through that right-hander and under the bridge, so we can put Brosel under a bit of pressure into the hairpin. But can we get on the gas early enough to stick with him? We take a little bit too much of the curb on the inside. That's not going to do us any favours, and sure enough, look at that Porsche burst away. He's cleared off once again. Well, the driver that we passed at Degner was Dionysius Theodoridis in the red McLaren. Remember him from lap 1? Well, he's at it again. He's taken out the BMW of Max Rohrreich there as well, trying an ambitious move up the inside that did not pay off. Rohrreich managed to rejoin in front of us. Theodoridis did not, so that's promoted us up to 11th position as we rejoin the live action towards the end of lap 3, and we just get spoons a little bit wrong there. We missed the apex, and that is going to invite John Poorman to attack. Poorman has suddenly found some real pace. He was a couple of seconds back a lap ago, but now he's going to challenge once again. We're going to hold the inside line into 130R. Now is Poorman going to take to the runoff area like Brosel did a bit earlier? No, he's not, but he is going to carry more speed around the outside, and that allows him to make a move up the inside into the chicane. Oh, but he's lost it right in front of us. We run into the rear of him. We have nowhere to go there. There was contact. We've got some light damage to the front end, hopefully not too much, and now we're going to be under an attack from Theodoridis as well. Where did he come from on the left? We're down to 12th, and we could be down to 13th if Theodoridis can get by, but we're going to have the inside line into turn 1, so there's going to be no way around for the McLaren man there. And Brosel is the big winner in all of this. He's in 10th position now, and he's 2.5 seconds clear, so he is rubbing his hands with glee, watching this battle unfold in his rearview mirror. But we're all over the rear end of that Mercedes now. Poorman under all kinds of pressure through the S's. Meanwhile, behind, Theodoridis waiting to pounce. The three of us separated by just 0.5 of a second, and it looks like Gabriele Argenziano is going to join in the party as well. Argenziano in the Ferrari is close to within a couple of tenths of Theodoridis. Oh, it may be a cold and murky evening at Suzuka, but the track action is heating up now. 4 laps in, we've still got 17 minutes of this race to go, and we're under all kinds of pressure here. A little mistake through that right-hander, a track limit warning, but no time gain into the hairpin. We get it turned again. Can we stick with the Mercedes coming out of it? No, we can't. Look at the advantage he picks up. This part of the circuit is proving to be a real weak point for me. But let's go back and check out a replay to see Poorman's pass and also see if we can fathom out where Theodoridis came from. But yeah, Poorman carries the pace around the outside. He makes a move up the inside of the chicane, but then he loses it. The rear steps out. I run into the back of him, and then out of nowhere, there's the red McLaren coming across the grass to try and make the overtake. Now, did Theodoridis have to take to the grass to avoid our collision in front? Let's ride on board with him now. No, he looks like he just runs in too hot, and then he decides to go right across the grass. That looked deliberate to me. Another cheeky attempt to try and abuse the track limits in ACC. Let's see it again from the chopper cam. He's in too hot. He's out onto the grass, and once he clips the grass, he decides to gas it. And once again, in any other sim, that would have been a definite slow down penalty. Right, back to the live action, halfway through lap 5. We're still in 12th position, still pursuing John Poorman. He's 0.8 of a second ahead, and look how close Theodoridis is behind. But keep your eye on the rearview mirror as we come through the hairpin. Theodoridis is just going to take too much of that curb on the inside, and he is gone. So we've got some breathing room behind us at long last. And it looked like there were some other casualties as well at that corner, so let's go back and check out the replay. There's the red McLaren of Theodoridis. Right behind him is Hendrik de Winter in the BMW. Now Theodoridis is going to lose it right here. Watch the BMW. Oh, he spins as well, but it wasn't because of Theodoridis. He got tagged from behind, and another car as well spinning out there in the background. We're going to jump forward a couple of laps now, returning to the live action halfway through lap 7. I'm still in 12th position. Poorman still in 11th. He's 1.1 seconds ahead. Meanwhile, Argenziano is just 0.7 of a second behind. But look ahead to the hairpin. Karl-Heinz Brosel has got it all wrong. He's missed the apex completely. He's out onto the grass, but look how quickly he's able to rejoin and get back up to speed. Once again, I'm being beaten in good proper exiting that corner. So Poorman up to 10th, Brosel down to 11th. The pair of them are 1 second B already, but coming into Spoons, Brosel is going to get it all wrong again. This time he's not saving it. Brosel out onto the grass. We are promoted up into 11th position. Yeah, I'm just starting to struggle with tyres myself, and it looks like Brosel is having the same issues. He's already lost it once into the hairpin. This time he oversteers onto the grass. He tries to rejoin, and it all goes wrong for Brosel. Yeah, I mentioned tyre troubles. I'm just starting to have some issues with my fronts overheating, and that is costing me valuable grip. We're halfway through lap 8 now, and I'm going to get my first big warning that the tyres are letting go into the hairpin. Look at that, I just can't get it stopped or turned. That leaves a gaping hole up the inside. Argenziano tries to make a move for it. We just about hold him off, but he is putting us under all sorts of pressure now. And as we approach this upcoming left-hander, I'm going to move over to try and defend the inside line and prevent Argenziano making a move, but it goes disastrously wrong because once again we can't get the car stopped. We managed to maintain some corner speed through the runoff area, but I can't use that as an advantage. I'm going to have to lift here and give Argenziano the position. After grumbling about other drivers earlier in the race taking advantage of those track limits, I couldn't very well use it to my advantage there and hold on to 11th. So we're down to 12th. What can we do about it? Can we get Argenziano back? We're coming into the chicane for the end of lap 8. Let's check out a replay and watch the mistake. And this is the perfect example of how not to defend an inside line. I made a complete hash of it here. I can't get the car stopped. It looks like we drag Argenziano with us. But once we both get back on track, I couldn't in good conscience hold on to that position. I had to give him the spot. Well, by lap 10, I was struggling big time. The front end of this car is so difficult to control now. Look at the gap that Argenziano has opened up. He's 4.3 seconds clear. Meanwhile, in the rearview mirror, look at Theodoridis closing in once again. He's close. He's too close. He gives me a nudge exiting the hairpin. And that's going to allow Alexei Grigorash to challenge him. They're side by side now. There's contact between the two of them, and Grigorash has gone by the looks of it. Well, we've still got 5 minutes of this race left. Are we going to be able to hold on to 12th position? Because these front tyres are giving me all sorts of problems now. Let's go back and check out a replay through the hairpin. There's Theodoridis just giving me a tap. That costs him some speed on exit, and he's going to come under attack now from Grigorash, who tries to find a gap up the inside. There probably was a car's width there, but he didn't hug the inside line tightly enough and crashed out with the contact. We're back to the live action towards the end of lap 11. We're still struggling with these front tyres. The pressures are increasing, the temperature's increasing, and the grip is disappearing once again through spoons there. We're nowhere near the apex. We're really struggling to get the car turned. Theodoridis is all over us. Are we going to be able to hold on? 2.5 minutes left. Let's jump forward. Lap 12 now. We're still heroically holding on to this 12th position, but I honestly don't know how much longer I can keep it up. Theodoridis just 0.3 of a second behind. We're actually reeling in Lucas Klunker ahead. He's obviously struggling as well, but we're going to finally make the big mistake that I knew was coming into the hairpin. I can't get it stopped. 2 tyres out on the grass. That opens the door for Theodoridis to move into 12th. Here's a replay of the mistake. I just can't get it stopped. I can hardly steer this car at the moment. It is an absolute nightmare in the closing stages of this race. So yeah, over the final few laps here at Suzuka, I felt like I was fighting a losing battle. The front tyres have given up. I thought I'd got my setup right. Clearly I haven't, because they have let me down big time here in the final third of the race. But we're going to cross the line to take 13th position. 3 seconds behind Klutska and 4 seconds behind Theodoridis. And while we finished 1 position lower than where we started, I'm not actually disappointed with this performance. We drove really well, let down by the front tyres of course, but really competitive for large parts of this race, and it was a cracker too. Our fastest lap, the 2:03 flat. Now that's half a second slower than what I managed in qualifying, but that's probably because I was in a lot of traffic when my tyres were at their best. So no complaints at all here at Suzuka. A great evening's work.